All right, let's take a quick look at the sounds section in the game in the client config.js file. So in the public folder in the client config.js file, let's take a look at the sounds section. And the sounds section is, here we go. We have a background music section. Those are songs. And up here we have a sounds section. Now these sounds are sounds that are not 3D positional sounds. So if they're played, any player in the game can hear them at the same volume, if you will, um, because they're not dependent upon where you're at in respect to any other object. They're just heard equally as loud everywhere. These sounds, by default, should always have you should always have a player joined and player left sound. The game relies on those, but I've added an extra one. And if we take a look here, I'm going to make this a little bit smaller now so we can see this. If we take a look at how these are organized, so the sounds, this is the section of the config file, and then I have a colon, and then I have a set of curly braces. Between the curly braces, I have each of the individual sounds. So this whole section is the sounds section of the config file. And then each of these here, this is one of the individual sounds. Every individual sound at this point in time here has the basically the name of the sound, which is in this case player left, and then we have a colon, and then we have to the right of that we have another object that has other information in it. Let's go take a look at this one right here called yay. So yay is the name of the sound. We'll call yay the name of the sound, and that sound has a URL, which is a link for that sound. And then you can also give it additional information. You could also, for example, specify it to loop. You can set it to true if you wanted to. This is set to false. And then you can set the volume of the sound. If you wanted to make the sound quieter, you can make the volume a smaller number, like 0.1 or something. Okay, so where do you get these kinds of sounds at? Because what kind of files are they? They are actually MP3 files. And where are they located at? Well, they're over here in the assets folder, the assets section, I should say, of the project. So these sounds, to get the link to them, you just would click on them and click copy the URL, and that's what would go into the URL section for the sound. And that's how you do it. Enjoy.